Hey guys, I wanted to do a Bible study, and this is going to seem like a strange topic, but just stick with me. We're going somewhere, okay? So the Bible study is about Genesis chapter 19, and it's verse 30 through 38. So this is a little bit disturbing, but like I said, there's a point to this. And Lot went out of Zoar and dwelt in the mountain, and his 2 daughters with him, for he feared to dwell in Zoar. And he dwelt in a cave, he and his 2 daughters. And the firstborn said unto the younger, Our father is old, and there is not a man in the earth to come in unto us after the manner of all the earth. Come, let us make our father drink wine, and we will lie with him, that we may preserve seed of our father. And they made their father drink wine that night. And the firstborn went in and lay with her father, and he perceived not when she lay down, nor when she arose. And it came to pass on the morrow that the firstborn said unto the younger, Behold, I lay yesternight with my father. Let us make him drink wine this night also, and go thou in and lie with him, that we may preserve seed of our father. And they made their father drink wine that night also. And the younger arose and lay with him, and he perceived not when she lay down, nor when she arose. Thus were both the daughters of Lot with child by their father. So you may be asking yourself, why do we need to study this? So let me tell you. This is one of the scriptures in the Bible that I had a problem with for many years. And I wondered why this was in the Bible. And today, during our Bible study with Daily Audio Bible, Brian had such a beautiful explanation that the reason this is in the Bible is because the Bible does not take out difficult things. It leaves them in there so that we wrestle with them. So one of the things that I had to wrestle with was that my sister was molested by a deacon in the church. And that was something that caused me to walk away from God, because I had the serious question of, God, why would you allow a child who trusts you with their safety to be molested by an elder in the church? And I didn't get an answer from God when I wanted one, when I demanded one. But years later, as the answers started coming, the answer that I got for me was, God said to me, that didn't happen to you. That happened to someone else. So your answer is, I will give Jennifer an answer for her. And I will give you an answer for what happened to you. Tears are authentic and real, and I won't cut them because I love my sister and there's a rift with my family. And I don't know if I will ever see her again, so that's why. But I was very angry at God because of what happened to my sister. But God was telling me that it was not for me to walk away from him because of what happened to her. That was between him and her, and he will give her the strength to overcome that. Whatever her answer is between the two of them. It's not for me. And that's not very satisfying for anybody else to hear, is it? But the things that I went through, God gave me the strength for that. It made me strong. It gave me the ability to overcome things in my own life. And I can see that. So when I tell someone else, I know why I had to go through that, and it made me a better person. They may not understand that. But again, that's for me. That's between me and God. That's not for anybody else. So when I tell somebody that God gave me the answers I needed to come back and realize that he is a good God, they will never understand that. So if you have been church hurt, you need to ask God to give you the answers that you need and to commune with you, because only he can do that for you. You will never find the answers you need from anybody else, and nobody else's answers will make sense to you. So as Brian was from Daily Audio Bible was talking about these stories in the Bible that are disgusting to us, he was explaining that God leaves these stories in the Bible because we need to wrestle with them. We need to deal with them and understand the history and why things happen. And that's okay for us to deal with, to wrestle with the decisions that happen. So the reality is that Lot's daughters in that place and time, women had no right to property. If Lot had died, they would not have had, another man could have come and attacked them. They would have had no protection of any kind. They needed a man to protect them. But they may have had other options. They were strangers in a strange land, and they had a belief in God, so they may not have been able to marry. But why didn't they think to go to Abraham at that point? He was their relative. There's that question. So we weren't there, and we don't know what all their options were. We were not given all the information. But I'm going to play you the rest of what Brian said, because it was really beautiful the way he said it.
One of the stories in the Bible that I hate most, there are some really, really sad scenes in the Bible. This one's a really, really disturbing one of them. When we have context and we have some understanding about what's going on here, we can appreciate the situation. And, when we get into these difficult passages of Scripture, we kind of scratch our heads and find ourselves judging God, like somehow this is in the Bible, and so somehow this was supposed to happen. That's not the case. Evil was indeed destroyed in Sodom and Gomorrah by the judgment of God. God also was the Redeemer in this story in saving all of their lives. An angel, like the angels that got them out of Sodom and Gomorrah, did not come to them in the cave and say, you know what, here's the plan. Here's what you should do. You two should sleep with your father and have sons. that's what the will of the Lord is for you. That's what you need to do. That's not the story. They made these choices based on the situation that they found themselves in, when there may have been other options. We just don't have all of those details. But sometimes we get judgy toward God in these stories when God had nothing to do with what they decided to do. And that also is how we live our own lives. We blame God so often for what he has nothing to do with. And that brings us to the points and the things to consider in this troubling and disruptive story, and apply it to our own lives. And then we get into Matthew.
Yeah, so that's Brian Hardin from Daily Audio Bible making a great point that we blame God for a lot of the decisions that we make, instead of blaming the child molester that was molesting my sister, or the mother that married him. So, yeah. Decisions. We put too much on God. So anyway, that is why I wanted to introduce you guys and do that Bible study, is because we are meant to wrestle with these things. And God doesn't shy away from our questions. That's what I love about him, is he is right there to deal with us, and like Job, ask us his own questions. And he still loves us, even when we doubt him, when we scream at him, when we call him names, when we run away from him. He still loves us, and he's still right there when we're ready to come back. Who else would do that? So, I love you guys. God bless you.